hair's probably all fucked now, isn't it? I always burn my tongue. Hi. I've been needing to film this video for like over a week now, and I just haven't made the time to do it. It's really cold today, and my parents' house doesn't have heat, so hence the blanket. We're just gonna hang out and drink tea and talk about things we watched in November, if that's okay with you. Sounds pretty good with me. I'm gonna stop talking. So this year is nearly over. I have one recap left, and then I have done 12 whole months of monthly recaps. That's kind of insane. I am going to be doing a best and worst of 2020 video, very similar to what I did last year, but movies is going to be done kind of differently because of the way 2020 went, and I'm also going to be talking about albums I liked this year in that video. So get excited for that. That will probably be posted on New Year's Eve, whereas the December recap will be in January. And then you all can let me know if you want me to do this for another year. I don't know. I feel like I probably will anyway, but let me know. There's also fun, exciting things that I watched in November that we're going to talk about today. So first thing I want to talk about is The Undoing. So I started watching The Undoing in October, but it was like a 6-episode miniseries, so I wanted to just it finished very recently. It was really good. I really liked it. Everybody's been talking about it. It's been Twitter's hot new thing. It gave me very Defending Jacob meets Big Little Lies vibes. The beginning especially was very Big Little Lies. And I just had a fun time watching it. It was just a classic whodunit type of thing. So it's I suspected everybody under the sun throughout that entire series. In case you haven't seen it, I'm not going to let you know who the killer was, but I'm just going to let you know that my 3 guesses were Henry, Sylvia, and Grace. So if you've seen the show, yeah. So I thought the acting was incredible. I thought everybody did a really great job acting. Noah Jupe, I love that kid. He was my fan cast for Theo. If it wasn't Oaks, I think that they had very similar mannerisms in acting. I thought he was fabulous. Nicole Kidman was really good. Who's surprised? Hugh Grant was really good. Who's surprised? Honestly, Hugh Grant might get an Emmy nomination for this. Same with the lawyer. She was really good. I don't know her name. I feel like Lily Rabe was really underutilized. I feel like Lily Rabe is always underutilized. I'm gonna talk about something else that I watched this month that Lily Rabe was in, and she's just that bitch, where she just kind of shows up to do 2 scenes and dips, and she nails it every time. She's so talented. She's one of my faves. I love her a lot. I feel like she was kind of underutilized. I don't like that we kind of keep making shows about defending white people in court, especially because it's I feel like Defending Jacob was kind of in that same realm, but it was very different. I didn't really feel the way that a lot of people felt about Defending Jacob in that sense of oh, it's privileged white boy getting defended in court. I did feel that more so in The Undoing because the murder victim was a woman of color and they were fighting against this family of color. It just was a bit. It was a bit off to me. I just am kind of sick of seeing us, defending white people in court on TV. It doesn't really matter the outcome, not to spoil the end of this or of Defending Jacob or whatever. It doesn't really matter what the outcome ends up being. I feel centering a show around the court case where the white people are being favored and not really bringing that up as an issue is in itself a bit of an issue. But I don't know, I may just be looking too far into it. It's a TV show. But yeah, The Undoing, very quick watch. It's 6 episodes. I was watching it live every week after the 2nd episode. So the first 2 episodes were out when I started watching it, so I caught up on those, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, I was watching it every Sunday. The finale was really good. I thought it was really shocking. I was on the edge of my seat. I was oh my god, yay, murder mystery. I just had a good time. I thought it was really good. I think it's a B. Where are we gonna put it in B though, is the question. I feel like here, near the bottom half of B. Rebecca. This was a movie that came out on Netflix this past month starring Armie Hammer and Lily James. I did not like this movie. So from what I've gathered, it's based off of like a classic novel, like a really old book, and there have been an adaptation or two of it in the past. I just like didn't vibe with it. I just thought it was really weird. I didn't like the end at all, like the whole like conclusion of kind of what was happening and all of that. I just thought it was really strange. I cannot pinpoint what I didn't like about this movie. I just didn't like this movie, and which sucks because like I love Armie Hammer, love Lily James, thought they both did a great job. It was just, like, such a strange movie. Like, it gave me very similar energy to Wounds, which is ironic because, like, that was also a movie that Armie Hammer was in. It was this movie that came out last year. There's no correlation whatsoever between the subject matter, like, literally whatsoever, but it gave me kind of the same feeling after watching it where I'm like, that was really weird. And, like, I didn't like it, but I don't know why. So, like, I don't know. I would say I'm indifferent about it, but, like, I'm not indifferent about it because I know I didn't like it, but I feel like I don't have a valid reason. I don't know, man, but it's like a D for me. Like, it just wasn't really doing it for me. Honestly, I'm probably gonna put it, like, here. Okay, The Mandalorian. Last time I totally forgot to mention that I rewatched season 1 of The Mandalorian with my dad. I still, to this day, I still don't know if I actually watched the full... I watched the show with my dad, and, like, I could not remember if I had seen some of it before. Like, I have, like, a vague recollection of, like, watching the whole show when it was airing, but I also I don't think I ever finished it. It was a really, I don't know, but I'm a Mandalorian stan now. Nonetheless, I had definitely seen, like, the first half of The Mandalorian, and then watched it again with my dad. I tend to multitask when I watch things, so usually the first viewing of a show is not a very accurate representation of the show for me because I'm not really paying a lot of attention, and it's just a really bad habit. I need to break it. But so watch The Mandalorian. It's a fantastic show, right? Like, we knew it's a fantastic show. We love the Baby Yoda show. We love Avengers and Babysitting. It's just, like, really good, and I really like that we finally have something that, like, the entire Star Wars fandom kind of agrees upon. Like, I feel like the sequel trilogy has been such, like, it's just been such, like, a point of arguments for the past few years now, and it's just really nice to have something like The Mandalorian that, like, all the Star Wars fans kind of agree is, like, good, because it's objectively very good. I just think it's really simple. Like, I think, like, it's, like, a very simple concept, the first season. And now we have the second season. We are in the middle of it right now. It's fucking fabulous. The second season of The Mandalorian is fabulous. They've got budget for days. Like, they really gave the second season the budget of a full Star Wars film. It's incredible. Like, you're watching a Star Wars movie on your TV every Friday, and it's just such a gift. I love it. I love Baby Yoda. Sorry, spoilers, I guess. Spoilers, Grogu. I hate that fucking name. I'm gonna keep calling it Baby Yoda. I'm sorry, unless Baby Yoda is like, hey, please don't call me Baby Yoda, I'm gonna call him Baby Yoda. Because Grogu, I don't like it. Like, I accept it, but I don't like it. Also, the episode with Ahsoka, slay me, that was incredible. Oh my god, just, like, seeing a live-action Ahsoka, and, like, I do agree with, like, there was a Star Wars fandom that they're gonna do, like, a spin-off Ahsoka show once this is done, once Mandalorian is done. I would recommend you go watch Jeremy John's video on the episode because he talked about, like, prospects for, like, an Ahsoka Tano show, and, like, his ideas were so great. Love Jeremy. So I just fully agree. I really have nothing bad to say about the season of The Mandalorian. I think it's so good. Like, the first 2 episodes especially, I loved them. I loved them so much. Like, the Dune Sand Serpent pilot, and then, like, the snow spiders. I am terrified of spiders. So I had quite the time during that episode, but I like the sort of, like, creature of the week concept. Like, we've sort of dipped away from that now that we've gotten into, like, the Ahsoka I mean, so I think Ahsoka was only in that one episode. We're not going to see her again. But, like, whatever. We're getting into, like, a different little realm now. But I liked the beginning, how it was kind of, like, creature of the week type beat. And I also, my you know, like, the whole overarching mission of this season is, like, oh, he's bringing Grogu back to his... I called him Grogu! Ah! Baby Yoda! He's bringing him back to his kind. And I'm like, I will tell y'all now, Mandalorian creators, this whole season has been for nothing if there are not multiple Baby Yodas at the end. If he does not bring him to the little Baby Yoda colony, and there are different Baby Yodas, possibly in different colors. Hear me out. Blue Baby Yodas, purple Baby Yodas, pink Baby Yodas, all sorts of different Baby Yodas everywhere. Sell more toys. Capitalism. Give me more merch to buy. Please. Thank you. That's the tea on that. So we'll see how that ends. It's not over now when I'm filming this. It won't be over till like the end of December, I think. Fabulous show. I would recommend, like, even if you aren't a Star Wars fan, to like watch The Mandalorian, because like I just feel like it's like really simple and it's a really good introduction to the Star Wars universe. Like I feel like it does a really good job sort of like laying out the rules of the universe. Also, you don't have to see Clone Wars to understand it. There are so many connections to Clone Wars, but I'm not super familiar with Clone Wars, so it's like I found out about a lot of the connections through Twitter, and I'm like, oh, it's really cool. Like, good for you guys who are Clone Wars fans, but like you don't need to understand Clone Wars at all to understand the show, and I think it's great. So it's a fabulous show. It's definitely an A, but I do have to put it at the bottom of A just because like my A tier is like so elite right now, and it's fabulous, but it's not the rest of the stuff in A right now. Okay, Good Doctor Season 4, Good Doctor is back. I have been a Good Doctor watcher since the beginning. I am a Freddie Highmore stan. I'm a Bates Motel stan to my core. I'm a Bates Motel stan first and a person second. Honestly, if you're a horror fan to any degree and you haven't seen Bates Motel, I feel sorry for you because you're missing out on one of the greatest shows of all time. Honestly, Bates Motel, just to go on a bit of a tangent, in case you're unaware, is a prequel to Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, so it's about Norman Bates as like a teenager, and it's fucking incredible. It was starring Freddie Highmore, performance of a motherfucking lifetime, and they never gave him an Emmy. It's absolutely disgraceful. But now he's playing Sean Murphy on The Good Doctor. He has been for 4 seasons now, who is an autistic surgeon, and it's a very Grey's Anatomy type beat, but it's like our main character's autistic, so it's different. I like it a lot. However, The Good Doctor has gone downhill the past couple of seasons. Like, the first season of Good Doctor is fabulous. I think it is so good and so strong, and like it started to like kilter off around season 2. I didn't like the last season. Melendez, that was honestly so stupid, the Melendez thing. I'm still like, whatever, guys. But 4th season, I have been enjoying it. We have some new residents, which is just, it's just like good. Like, you gotta spice it up. You gotta bring in some new characters in these like sitcom-y type shows. But also the first 2 episodes were COVID episodes, and I honestly thought they were pretty well done. Like, I honestly thought, considering it was like a doctor show, like I was like, oh, like, that's probably good that you're, like, doing, like, a COVID-related thing. But I thought they did a good job with it. Like, they did a good job communicating how, like, inconsistent the symptoms are and stuff. And, like, I don't know. I had a good time. They had this whole disclaimer thing at the beginning of, like, thank you to our essential workers, and it was, like, really nice. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Sean and Leah, which is, like, so unfortunate because I was a fan of Sean and Leah when that, like, first... Was that in season 1? I'm pretty sure that was in season 1 when, like, they, like, first were kind of a thing. Like, I really liked them a lot. And, like, over time, like, Leah has just become, like, really problematic, and their relationship has become, like, a bit toxic, and I don't like it. Like, I just, like, don't care for it. So, I don't know. I'd say, like, season 3 was just, like, I can't tell you a single thing that happened in season 3 except for that weird earthquake finale. So, like, I'd say that it's definitely, like, better than season 3 was. But even though my C category is very condensed, I just feel like so many things are average. You know, and that's okay. Things can be average. You can enjoy average things. There's no issue there. I'm gonna put it, like, here. I watched Barry again. We do not deserve Barry, directed by, written by, starring Bill Hader on HBO. We do not deserve Barry. I watched it again with my parents because they hadn't seen it. We were like looking for something to watch, and I was like, we should watch Barry. And they're like, yeah, we should watch Barry. It's just like so fucking good. Like, that's all I have to, like, Barry is so fucking good. Bill Hader is a comedic genius. Like, he's so good in everything that he does. It's such a funny show. It's such a heartwarming show. It's such a well-written show. I just love it so much. Season 3, I need it right now. I understand there's a global pandemic and everything got pushed back, but I need it right now. And I swear to God, Mr. Bill Hader, if those rumors about James Ransome being in season 3 are true, I am going to lose my shit. And Mr. Bill Hader, if that is actually the case, you have saved 2020. Just prematurely, like, if James Ransome is in season 3 of Barry, to any degree, you have saved 2020, kind sir, and I thank you for your service. However, you must follow through. If y'all are just, like, miscommunicating and it doesn't end up happening, my heart is gonna be broken, Mr. Bill Hader. So, but yeah, honestly, like, I think I enjoyed my rewatch of Barry more than I did watching it the first time, because I watched it the first time earlier this year. This year feels like 5 years, right? So I don't feel like I've watched it recently, but I did talk about it in, like, my March recap or something. It's just such a fabulous show. I think season 2 is so good. I love the Ronnie Lily episode. The one that won the Emmy is honestly the best episode. It's so fucking good. The finale is kind of like wishy-washy for me. Like, that whole thing that Barry did. I'm not too happy about it because I don't know how we're gonna come back from that. But Bill Hader is a genius, and he'll figure it out. Also, Hank is a motherfucking legend. I love that bitch. Like, I want to be best friends with Hank, because, like, so like I said, I watched it earlier this year. I ranked it before. It is currently in the number 3 spot in my B. Disgusting. Needs to be moved up. I'm so sorry that I had so little taste back in, like, March that I put Barry in B, because that's just disgraceful. I'm really sorry for anybody that I've offended. I'm going to put it up here, right under Hamilton, because that's the quality we expect from Barry at this point. Okay, I watched High School Musical, the series again. We love her. We love her in this house. She's my comfort series. She was in my top 10 of 2019, as she should be. It's such a good show. Like, it's such a good show. Oh my god, it just brings me so much joy. I, like, did, like, a reaction to the holiday special soundtrack on my second channel, if you want to go check that out. I'm so excited for the holiday special. I, like, watched it on, like, the anniversary of the show to, like, prepare for the holiday special, and I just had a lovely time. I never don't enjoy myself watching High School Musical, the series, you know? Like, it just means so much to me and my soul, and I can't wait for the special and for season 2, and it's just gonna be a great time. I'm so excited. Okay, I watched Dash and Lily. This feels like an eternity ago that I watched Dash and Lily, but it was in fact last month. Dash and Lily was this little Netflix miniseries that came out that was, like, Christmas themed. It was based on this book that I haven't read, haven't heard of. People were just talking about Dash and Lily, and I was like, okay, and I watched it in one sitting. I love being stuck at home because of COVID, so it was really cute. Like, I'm not a rom-com gal. I usually don't gravitate towards those, like, Christmas rom-coms that come out on Netflix every year, but it was really cute. I liked it a lot. Oh my god, I cannot for the life of me think of the name of the main actor, but I love him. He was in Chemical Hearts and Paper Towns and Euphoria, and he's just a cutie. He's an absolute cutie. I love him. I thought the concept was really cute. I really liked the Christmas Eve episode. I thought it was really, like, dramatic and, like, had some good writing. I don't know. I think there's probably going to be a second season next Christmas, considering the way it ended, and I think there's more than one book, and, like, I'll watch it because, like, it was cute. I just had a good time. I just was really in the Christmas spirit last month. I'm still in the Christmas spirit. Make sure you stay tuned for Simsmas Christmas week, because I'm doing a lot of Christmas videos, and I don't know. Just, wow, Christmas spirit, you know? So, Dash and Lily, no. I need to move. What is my C right now? Hold on. I literally, like, every single month I do this, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Looking at, like, first of all, okay, move this. Marriage Story is great. Why is it, and, like, Juno is great? Like, what, like, Devil All the Time is, like, probably better than Birds of Prey. Like, what was I doing, you know? Like, these 3, like, Shutter Island, Omen, Exorcist, Shawshank, like, these are all so good. It's so hard to put them in order. I don't know why I did this to myself. Dash and Lily's, like, here. Is it better than Good Doctor? I'd say, yeah, it was, like, better than the Good Doctor season 4. Sorry, Good Doctor. Your season 1 slaps, I promise. The Bachelorette, shenanigans everywhere. I talked about Claire's little sector of The Bachelorette last month. Tayshia is finally here to save the day. Tayshia's my girl. Like, she's, like, honestly one of my favorite, like, Bachelor Nation people. Like, unironically, I think she's a cool gal. So, like, excited for her. If she doesn't choose Ivan, we riot at dawn. Yeah. I hate Bennett with every fiber of my being. I hate all of the guys, to be honest, except for, like, 3. But, like, Ivan is the only one who deserves rights. Like, let's be completely honest. Like, Ivan is the only one who actually seems like a human being. It's just so funny that they're doing, like, quarantine Bachelorette. Like, it's just, like, all at this one hotel, and it's just kind of funny to me. And, like, The Bachelor is starting up on, like, January 4th. Like, Tayshia's season ends on, like, the 22nd. And I'm like, I get that we had, like, 4 episodes of Claire before we, like, got to Tayshia, but the season still feels, like, really short. And, like, I don't know, man, Bachelor shit is my guilty pleasure. I just enjoy watching them so much. I just love watching them all pretend like they're gonna find true love on TV, you know? Like, I have to laugh. I have to laugh. What do you want me to do? It's so funny. Ugh. Nobody Speak to Me. Adventure Time Obsidian came out last month. Oh my god. Oh my god. So in case you were unaware, so Adventure Time ended years ago. I never finished Adventure Time. I was a massive Adventure Time fan when I was in middle school, like when like Adventure Time was in its prime. Adventure Time was on for 10 years. So yes, I stopped watching it at one point just because I didn't keep up with it anymore. I heard, of course, about the finale, the Bubbling kiss, the Princess Bubblegum Marceline kiss. Even in my 11-year-old Adventure Time prime, I knew those gals were lesbians because everybody did. Whatever. So the show ended, and then HBO has the Cartoon Network rights, so then they started this show called Distant Lands, Adventure Time Distant Lands, where it's like little one-off episodes. So they did a BMO episode. I watched that this month. Didn't really care for it. Like, I just couldn't really get into it, but that was probably because I watched it right after Obsidian, which was the Marceline and Princess Bubblegum episode. And let me just say, we owe our lives to HBO and Adventure Time Distant Lands, because without the Cartoon Network filters, it was so gay. And I'm still not over it. Like, it was actually, like, full-fledged lesbian romance because they don't have to cater it to children anymore because it's on HBO. And I frankly wasn't ready. I frankly wasn't ready for an actual lesbian short film catered to adults. And, like, it's basically just had me go into an Adventure Time spiral again, and I'm about to rewatch the entire show from the beginning and finish it out, because I owe Marceline my life. Like, Marceline is, I would not have an identity or a personality if not for Marceline the Vampire Queen, and this special just basically reaffirmed that for me. Oh man, wow. And, like, the song, Monster, I have it on my playlist. I listen to it on the daily. I don't know what you want me to say. It's in my best of 2020 playlist because, like, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to say. Girls and gays, we owe our lives. We really do. Because Adventure Time has finally become the gay spectacle that it was always destined to be, because they are no longer on a children's network. And I think that's the best thing to come out of 2020, to be completely honest. So, oh man. Oh, is she an A? But, like, do I like her more than Ratchet and Lock and Key? Like, yes, but also no. But also yes, but also no. I really, like, is the gay ballad and the domestic bubbling enough to top Ratchet and Lock and Key? Yes, but also no, but also yes. But also no, but also yes. We're putting her here. We'll come back to her. I finally watched Legion. Guys, I don't want to know what the first month was where I talked about Legion. It was probably January when I talked about starting Legion. I don't know why it took me so goddamn long. This is like my dad's favorite show. So like my dad has been trying to get me to watch this show for ages, and he like got me the DVD for Christmas so I would watch it because it wasn't on any of the streaming services, and then they put it on Hulu in the US, and then I like started season 1. I just like wasn't getting into it like for literally no reason. I just don't have an attention span, basically. Then I came here, it was on Netflix here, I finally finished it. I watched all 3 seasons. I am so sorry for how long it took me to watch this show, because Legion is frankly a gift. So in case you were unaware, it's the show that was on FX, and it's an X-Men spin-off, so it's a Marvel production show. And if you know me, you know I do not like Marvel. I am not fond of the colorful superheroes. No, I am not. However, I do, I do partake in a bit of X-Men from time to time. I'm not gonna tell you the relation to the X-Men in case it is a spoiler, but if you're familiar with the comics, it stars David Haller, and he's like a mutant, and it's about these mutants. Very X-Men-esque, but it's not like connected to the X-Men. Like it's not like the X-Men. It's just like it takes place in the same universe, and they're also mutants, if that makes any sense. But let me tell you, oh my god, this show is the most visually breathtaking thing I have ever seen in my entire life. That's a bold statement. That is a bold statement. I know. We're getting risky today, but may I just say that my eyes have never seen things as beautiful as some of the shots on Legion, because like the cinematography. So basically, if you like the aesthetic and like quirky, wacky vibe of Umbrella Academy, you will love Legion. That's what you should expect like going into Legion. It's superheroes with a great soundtrack and really quirky, colorful visuals, much like Umbrella Academy, but better visually than Umbrella Academy. Like, she's the best looking show I've ever seen in my life. Legion is the kind of show where like every single shot could be in a film journal. Like, you know, like those film journals that people make where they take out like the pretty scenes from like a movie and they put them in a journal. I really want to make one of those. Every single shot in Legion, every single one could be in a film journal, because that's how fucking stunning that show is. Oh my god. And the cast is amazing. Oh my god. So it's Dan Stevens, Rachel Keller, Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza plays a lesbian, guys. Aubrey Plaza plays a lesbian, and the gays haven't gotten a hold of Legion. What's that about? I think something that's also like super interesting to me about Legion that sort of just like contradicts everything that I've ever felt about Marvel is that like I actually love all of the female characters. Like Carrie, the Carries are my everything, but like Carrie, like female Carrie, that's my fucking girl. I also love Sid. I love Lenny. Justice for Lenny, man. Somebody if you've seen Legion, please come talk to me on Instagram about the finale, because I watched it last night with my dad. We watched it, and like I'm like really sad about it. And also like justice for Lenny. Justice for Clark and Ptonomy and Lenny, but especially Lenny. So the second season was the best. Second season is the best season. I won't argue with you. My favorite episodes were the Sid backstory episode, which is where we come back with our pin, Lily Rabe. Lily Rabe played Sid's mom, and the backstory episode, that was the best episode of the entire series, because Lily Rabe came and ate. Like she always does. Oh my god, but like aside from her, like I just loved that episode visually. I loved the writing, the little twist, the scandal that happened in that episode was so fabulous, so good. And then also my other favorite episode was also in season 2, the episode where it was like all the alternate universe versions of David. So it was like David and like it was like the whole episode with like David and his sister, and it was like all different alternate universes of like different lives. I thought it was so good. Like I literally, oh my god, like it's such a good show, and I feel so bad for not watching it for so long. But yeah, me and my dad had a dandy old time watching it. It's just like, it's so good. So yeah, if you're in the US, it's on Hulu. If you're not in the US, it's on Netflix. Honestly, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like, it's such an underrated show. Like, I went on Tumblr last night to, like, go look at stuff about it, and there's, like, nothing. There's, like, nothing on Tumblr, nothing on Twitter. Where's the fandom? And where is the merch? Where is the merch? There are no Funko Pops. Why can I not get a Carrie Loudermilk Funko Pop? Why can I not get a Lenny as the Mad Hatter Funko Pop? Why can I not get Sid in her badass season 3 premiere outfit as a Funko Pop? I just don't, it doesn't add up for me. And lastly, I've been talking about the show for a really, really, really long time, but David Haller is the reason why I don't trust men. I'm actually, I feel like I should have seen the season 3 arc coming, but wow, that is why you can't trust men. Because I was a stan. I was a stan of David Haller throughout, especially season 2. But, I still was, kind of a stan in season 1. It's probably just because, Dan Stevens is, so pretty. He's so pretty. You look like a Disney prince. Which is ironic, because he played Prince Adam. But, but then also, I just feel so betrayed by season 3 David, and that's why I don't trust men. Sorry, if you're a man and you're watching this video, I don't trust you. David was the blueprint. Sorry. Anyway, I've been talking about the show for way too long, but if you've seen the show, come message me, because I need people to talk about Legion with. So, without further ado, it's an A. It's an A. And I feel so, oh my god, I'm such a fucking loser. It took me so long to watch the show, and now it's an A. I'm sorry. Ooh, Hamilton is such a tough thing to rank, because, Hamilton was, a pre-existing thing in my mind before I saw the Disney Plus special, so I feel like it's so, is it better than Barry? It's just, visually, it's the best show on this list, but for that alone, I can't put it at the top. I'm gonna put it right under Barry. I feel like I just have, such an attachment to Barry now. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right there, in between Barry and Bly Manor. Okay, I watched Emma because, I watched The Queen's Gambit again because my obsession with The Queen Gambit has actually gotten a bit out of control. I am to the point of, the beginning of my It obsession, beginning of my Goldfinch Boreal obsession. That's the kind of, time and space it takes up in my brain. So if you've been here a while and you're familiar with those obsessions of mine, you should be concerned, because that's the spot I'm at. There are, 102 Beth and Benny fanfics on AO3. I've read every single one in, the past 2 weeks. Beth and Benny are now my number 4 favorite couple of all time, under Borio Reddy and Galovich, respectively. So you can bet I watched The Queen's Gambit again. Who do you think I am? If you're seeing this video when it's supposed to be up, I had a Queen's Gambit video going up this Sunday, ? Anyway, watch The Queen's Gambit again. We know how I feel about The Queen's Gambit. Look at where it is on my list. We know that. Go watch my last video. We don't need to go over this again. My point was, I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I've been an Anya Taylor-Joy stan since Split and, Thoroughbreds and The Witch and all that shit. So, I hadn't seen Emma. Emma was a movie that she was in based off of a Jane Austen novel. Came out earlier this year, I think in, March. That's tragic. But I watched it with my mom because it was on HBO, and it was a really good time. It was really cute. I just like looking at Anya Taylor-Joy in pretty clothes. That's really all I require when I watch a movie. Is Anya Taylor-Joy in it? Check. Is Anya Taylor-Joy wearing pretty clothes? Check. Okay, it's a 10 out of 10. No, but actually, nothing will ever beat Little Women for me, Greta Gerwig's Little Women, for, this type of period piece type stuff. But, I enjoyed it. It was about, this girl named Emma, and she was, a matchmaker, and was just, matching, making people, and the, it's one of those. All the sets were beautiful, costumes were beautiful. I just have it's Anya Taylor-Joy. In yellow. In yellow gowns. I mean, I'm gonna put her, right here. No, wait. Ex Machina needs to be here. I'm gonna put it, I really feel like this Shawshank is, here. Okay, randomly, me and my parents watched School of Rock because it's, a fabulous movie. You don't need me to sit here and tell you about School of Rock, because everybody's seen School of Rock, but I love School of Rock. I saw the Broadway musical tour a couple years ago. It's just so good. It's Jack Black is the king of facial expressions. It's such a heartwarming, funny movie, and I love it. We also watched The Great Gatsby, which you're going to shun me, you're going to crucify me, given the fact that, honestly, the film students I went to school with are going to crucify me. We watched The Great Gatsby, which I had never seen. I'm not gonna lie. Am I gonna lie to you? No, I would never lie to you. I had not seen The Great Gatsby before like a week ago. Wow, I was missing out. I feel like so many things I watched this month were like things I should have watched so long ago. Like, wow. The Great Gatsby is that bitch. Like, The Great Gatsby is that bitch. Like, it's the kind of, like, some of the scenes in that movie gave me chills. Like, some of, like, the wide shots of, like, the party sequences, I'm just like, I love film, man. Like, oh, it was just such a visually appealing movie, which was funny because, like, so much of it was, like, next to green screens. But, like, Leonardo DiCaprio is just, like, the Leonardo DiCaprio of our generation. Like, he is Leonardo DiCaprio. So I'm like, wow, it was just so good. Like, I feel like if I, like, watched it again, it might end up in, like, my top 20 movies ever, to be honest, which is, like, kind of embarrassing because I hadn't seen it until, like, last week. I felt the same way with Talented Mr. Ripley. I was like, where has this movie been all my life? Like, this has the potential to be in, like, my favorite movies ever. What am I doing? You know? So with that being said, like, Great Gatsby is, like, here. Oh, she's good. And lastly, I didn't load in the poster into this tier, but we'll discuss it real quick. Uncle Frank. I made a video on Uncle Frank. It was Sophia Lillis's new movie that came out on Amazon Prime, and I loved it so much. You would know that if you watched my video about it. Go watch that, because I don't need to sit here and tell you the same things that I said in my video, because you should go watch it. But Uncle Frank honestly has the potential to be the best movie of the year. I think, like, my other contender right now is Run, which I'm going to talk about next month. You gotta wait till next month, because I didn't watch that until yesterday, and it is currently December 7th, so I can't talk about it in a November recap. Sorry, you're gonna have to wait to hear what I thought about Run, but that's all I'm gonna say. Uncle Frank, it was so good. It was so good. I don't even go watch the video about it. It's an A. I don't have it loaded into this because I don't know, but I'll remember to do it next month, and I'll put it in. It's like here right between Ready or Not and The Mandalorian. Anyway, this was a long one. That's everything I watched in November. By the time you see the next monthly recap, it will be 2021. I just want that to sink in real quick. It'll be 2021 next time I do one of these. I don't want to think about that either. But like I said, my best and worst of 2020 movies, TV, music, etc. will be, hopefully, if all goes well, uploaded on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Like I said, I'm doing Simsmas, so 7 days of Sims videos leading up to Christmas, starting on Saturday the 19th, all through till Christmas. So yeah, working hard on those. Really excited for you to see them. There will be a couple other things thrown in between. And yeah, comment, like, and subscribe. Press the notification bell, because I don't really have an uploading schedule. I try to upload a couple times a week, every other day if I can, but I've got a new job recently. I'm a writer for Screen Rant now. So if you want to support me, you can go in my description and click on my profile, my Screen Rant profile, and you can click on all my articles, and every time, and every click is like a view, and those give me a commission. So even if you just go, like, click on the article, you don't have to read it. Like, it helps me out and gives me a commission. Really appreciate it if you do that. Links in the description for my website, my merch, my social media, ways you can help with Black Lives Matter, all sorts of important things. This has been a really great dinner. Thanks for coming over.